Growing up under the shadows of a narcissistic parent can be challenging, particularly when NASCA, compounded by the complexities of undiagnosed autism. For children who are neurodivergent but do not receive a formal diagnosis, the experience can range from confusing to outright traumatic. He's being a little bit needy. Traumatic, especially when the environment lacks the understanding and support that neurodiverse children desperately need. Narcissistic mothers often prioritize maintaining a picture-perfect family image above all else. When a child exhibits signs of autism, an often misunderstood and complicated condition, this can be challenging for narcissistic parents to accept. The social stigma surrounding autism can make these mothers view their child's differences as a personal failure. A child diagnosed with autism can seem like a threat to the family's appearance. And as such, many narcissistic mothers will completely deny or ignore any signs of a problem. This denial often goes hand in hand with an inability to acknowledge their child's needs of empathy, understanding, or specialized care. The absence of early diagnosis can lead to a cascade of harmful consequences for children raised in this home. Rather than seeking medical assistance or exploring resources designed to support their child, a narcissistic mother might choose to maintain the illusion that everything's just fine. The result is a child who grows up without tools to understand themselves or the world around them, rather than receiving the help needed to navigate social interactions or cope with sensory overload. These children are often left to feel like they need to navigate the world on their own, and they have to do this in isolation. This form of denial has profound impacts for emotional well-being and the trauma that can be caused without the proper love at home. A narcissistic mother may actively dismiss any behavior that derives from what she considers acceptable, berating her child for being different, rather than recognizing these behaviors as a manifestation of their autism. The constant confusion leads to feelings of inadequacy, very low self-esteem, and a belief that they must adhere to their mother's strict expectations to gain love and acceptance. This was me growing up. Rather than creating an environment where the child can thrive, the focus remains on the mother's needs to prioritize a perfect image to the outside world. If a daughter from this dynamic is diagnosed with autism, the narcissistic mother may respond with outright rejection of that diagnosis. This may not only involve ignoring medical advice and resources, but also extends to gaslighting, attempting to convince the child that their diagnosis and therefore their struggles are fabricated or just exaggerated. By insisting that nothing is wrong, the mother avoids confrontation. Another script that I didn't get right. By insisting that nothing is wrong, the mother avoids confronting the reality of her child's needs, thus prioritizing her own emotional comfort over her child's well-being. This utter lack of advocacy for the child can lead to severe emotional trauma. A narcissistic mother's approach can instill in their child a sense of confusion about their identity. They may repeatedly be told that their feelings are invalid. The child's reality becomes distorted, leaving them unable to understand or articulate their challenges. Instead of empowering them to seek understanding, the mother's condescending and denial sow seeds of self-doubt and hopelessness. As a child grows into adolescence and adulthood, the implications of living without understanding their neurodiversity becomes strikingly evident. Definitely. This became evident when I was about 28 into my early 30s. In cases where the child's autism goes undiagnosed, they may struggle with social situations, relationships, employment,